Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel where today we're talking all about Rivals of Ixalan. Spoilers, news, leaks, we got it all recently and there's a lot to get into. First, I want to set the pace of this video by saying that I'm an actual omnipotent being with divine powers. I am clairvoyant and obviously the last of a long line of ancient oracles of a bygone age. Now that I have you all rightfully concerned for my mental status, let me explain. So I did a video not long ago about the being known as Azor the FIrst, the founder of the Azorious Senate on Ravnica, along with being the original composer of the Magical Guild Pact and its failsafe, the Implicit Maze. I also hinted that there's a lot of evidence to suggest this ancient being, which most likely was a planeswalker, could be on Ixalan. No, I wasn't the only one who believed in this theory, nor the originator of it, but still, I'll give myself a tad pat on the back for bringing it to you guys anyway. And that pat on the back is well deserved apparently, because surprise surprise, the Ixalan art book has had some major leaks even before it was released. And we can now confirm Azor the FIrst is involved in the story of Rivals of Ixalan. That means this packaging art for Rivals was spot on Azor himself, since Ixalan has absolutely no mention of sphinxes on the plane and his card was actually spoiled today as well, as if that Azorious-y triangle in its chest wasn't a dead giveaway. The leaked images of the art book goes on to explain Azor's history a bit and, more importantly, their connection to Ixalan and the Immortal Sun. Apparently, it was created ages ago by Azor for an unknown purpose, but it was made long before their arrival to Ixalan and without Ixalan in particular in mind. As I said in my previous video, Azor is confirmed as a planeswalker who's pretty obsessed with rule of law, having traveled the multiverse, bringing stability to each plane they visited. This is true for, yes, Ravnica, where Azor founded the Azorious, or Lawbringers of the Plane, and crafted the Guild Pact to restore and maintain peace, justice, and the status quo. But it's also true for other planes across the multiverse. Sphinxes on numerous planes all share the same aura of mystery, keeping secrets but also being incredibly wise. As Azor traveled from plane to plane, their influence over the native sphinxes of those worlds seemed to lead to this archetype, the way we perceive this species as we know today. Seriously, this one being went from world to world, Alara, Zendikar, Amonkhet, etc., and through their very presence basically made sphinxes what we see them in MTG. Pretty impressive feat. We also get a glimpse at what Azor and this Immortal Sun can do, although we still don't truly know why it was made. We do know, however, what it does, and it's as we suspect. It basically just does one thing: prevent planeswalkers from leaving the plane the Immortal Sun is currently on. In this case, Ixalan. It's supposedly this giant stone tablet that Azor personally imbued part of its own Planeswalker spark into, causing this powerful magic to envelop the plane, but also binding Azor to Ixalan. Does this mean Azor can no longer planeswalk? Or are they just bound by the rules of the Immortal Sun like everyone else? We're not sure yet. This powerful spell also has a few secondary effects, one of which being, in a sense, a telepathic assault on memories. Basically, those who visit Ixalan will forget about it once they leave, preventing information about the world from going out into the greater multiverse. This may be a contingency set by Azor, sort of like the Implicit Maze was for the Guild Pact. Should the magic of the Immortal Sun fail, which it probably will, then Ixalan itself will remain hidden from other threats, with all knowledge of its existence being wiped away by those who leave it. Oh, and the Immortal Sun can also, defend itself? Not sure how or with what this tablet could do to do that, but it does have guardians, and it says in the art book that the Immortal Sun's magic helps those who defend it, aka it gives them a +1/+1 buff. Yeah, not really going above and beyond there, Immortal Sun. Regardless, the Immortal Sun or Ixalan itself has something super duper important about it, and it looks like Nicol Bolas has taken quite the interest in this little +1/+1 tablet. We still don't know a lot, however. We don't know why the Immortal Sun was originally made, or why Azor chose Ixalan to hide out on. We don't know why Bolas seems to want it so badly, or what he plans to do with its magic. We also don't know what will happen to Azor, or if they're even still a planeswalker. Well, no reason to speculate there because Azor's card has been spoiled. And he's not. Nope, my dream of a super control-y blue-white planeswalker shattered faster than Jace being mind-crushed by Bolas. Still, while not a planeswalker, Azor the Lawbringer is a mind-blowingly strong bomb with some insane flavor behind it. A 6/6 legendary creature Sphinx for 2 generic and doubles of Azorious colors, no less. When it enters the battlefield, it silences the hell out of your opponents for a turn, preventing them from casting instant or sorceries during that player's next turn. It also has a legitimate, repeatable Sphinx's Revelation tied to it. Whenever he attacks, you pay X, 1 white and 2 blue, and draw X cards and gain X life. Literally, a Sphinx's Revelation tied to a reasonably priced 6/6 flying body that makes removing it super tricky for your opponents the turn it comes down. Yeah, this thing is the definition of nuts. Typically, I hate YouTubers for overhyping cards and new sets, but I'm legitimately panting over this thing. And that, you guys, is all I have for you right now on the confirmation of Azor the Lawbringer, the first Sphinx planeswalker that isn't one in MTG, and the newest, oldest character to be introduced in Rivals of Ixalan. Let me know what you guys think about this monumental figure in the lore, and what you think about this card in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and share it across the social media multiverse. Of course, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos in the future. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you here next time.